Another episode of the podcast, The Alchemy of Us. Your host, alongside the beautiful Tabitha Harris. I'm Osric Baum, and along with you, we get to talk about life, spirituality, relationships, just everything under the sun. Tabitha, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It was a long day today. Work was very busy, but I am definitely always here. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Same way, but I always treasure and enjoy this time that I get to spend with you. So let's chop it up.
All righty.
What you got for me?
So today, while I was on TikTok, I saw there's a woman who, first of all, everyone, we love to work out. So Rick works out and I work out. We love staying fit. We love taking care of our bodies. And so I happened to see on TikTok, there was a woman who works out as well. And she wears modest attire to the gym. And what she had on was a t-shirt and a long skirt. Okay. And she's a married woman. And so she said she wears this because it's out of respect for her spouse. Okay. Well, what I found quite interesting was the comments of the women in on her video. I mean, some of the things that they were saying was just rude. I mean, many were saying they were saying all kind of mean things to her, like, what about showing off your body? What about your shape? And then I saw other people in the comments saying, well, if you're at the gym to work out, what does it matter as to why she's wearing what she's wearing? She loves God and obviously her husband, so she wants to show him respect by wearing that. And I was thinking about that, and I said, first of all, I see all kinds of things at the gym. I do. And are there people that come there strictly to try to hook up and thirst trap? Absolutely. Absolutely. My thing is this, like when I think about that, when I go to I'm there to work out. I love working out, and I don't like people talking to me when I'm in the gym for sure.
Yeah, you've made that comment before.
Oh yeah. When if people come towards me, I give them a crazy look, like, are you crazy? Because to me, that's like my sacred time. It's my meditation. It's me, God, music, and the workout. And I'm able to get centered and focused, and I don't want anybody disturbing that. But I thought I'm like, listen, when I go to the gym, it's just t-shirt and a pair of like leggings. That's it, Nothing more, nothing less. I don't go there to look cute because I'm there to sweat. But I know people like to go looking stylish, and that's their choice. But I found it widely disturbing how women would literally try to pick this woman apart because she just want to be modest and respect her husband. So what do you think about that?
Well, one, I think it's very unfortunate that we live in a society where people are judged for being themselves. So that's the first thing. Because essentially that to me is what is happening, is that she's being judged for no reason. But that's what we tend to do in society. It also makes me think of a statement that I saw, which was, you'll never hear a businessman look down or judge you for trying to start a business. Just like you'll never find someone who is in the gym weightlifting judging you for weightlifting.
Right.
Because the point is, those that are doing what you are striving to do respect that and understand that. And those that judge you and ridicule you and talk about you are not doing it. So it could be, one, that the women that are making those bad comments or negative comments, they don't even go to the gym.
That's true.
What is the irony of that? They don't even go to the gym, and yet they are judging someone who is just based off of their attire.
Right.
So I think that is an unfortunate situation. Really, to me it just again shows how we as a society will judge people that we don't even know just because they look different than what we are accustomed to.
Right. And you know what I was saying too? I said, I left a comment on there and I said, and I, I don't care what I say half the time to people, but I was saying in the comments, I said, like I told her, I said, you know what, keep going. I said, because I said, you're there for a purpose. I said, and I get it because I'm an avid, person who loves fitness too. Mm-hmm. And I also said on there, I said, these comments, I said, of how many of you are speaking to her shows exactly how you have been conditioned and programmed by this patriarchy system. Mm-hmm. A lot of you are so ingrained in thinking that you have to be salacious or you have to look a certain way or dress a certain way to catch the attention of the opposite sex or even the same sex. For you to think that you have to go to a gym or anywhere in public and dress a certain way to capture people's attention, that's a you problem.
It is.
Because honestly, like I tell people all the time, I'm a modest dresser, period. Mm-hmm. And in all my life, like I tell women, I don't ever in life have to look scantily clad, none of that. I don't have to be in clothing that are revealing to get a man's attention. One thing for sure and two things for certain, my energy alone will do that.
So let me tell you what you made me think of. Felicia Rashad. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you had seen this clip, but she made a comment about this generation of women and how they are dressed. And she her thing simply was, they're beautiful women. Mm-hmm. And I mean, black women are beautiful.
Right.
I'm in front of one. And so she said that no man wants to see his woman dressed half naked. Mm-hmm. All right. That's what Felicia Rashad was saying. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the Cosby Show. I hate what happened to Bill Cosby. Love the Cosby Show. I love Bill Cosby. But Felicia Rashad, I mean, she was during that time, and it has always been a symbol of what is the word I want to use?
She's a sophisticated, classy woman. Absolutely, in every way. There are several women that I look at like that. Her, when I think about Diane Carroll, even when I look at women back in the day prior to our generation, the way women dressed and just the way that sexiness was not about your clothes. It was about how you carried yourself. If you really want to be clear about it, ladies and gents, what really oozes sexiness is how you carry yourself. It's all about the inner you. I understand people can wear what they want to wear, whether we agree or to disagree. But at some point in life, a lot of you don't realize you grow. Because the things you're doing now, you're not going to do those later if we think about it logically. Who going to be 62 years old, half-ass naked? Come on. And things are drooping and sagging. We don't do, not once you get to a certain, you evolve through stages of your life. You do.
Right.
You really do.
You're right. You're right. So let me tell you what was so funny, and I'm I'm struggling to understand this. So one, as you were talking, it just made me think of something else. So I
Mm-hmm.
remember seeing a picture, and this was on Facebook. It came across my news feed, but it was a
Mm-hmm.
pitch. It was a picture of black teenagers
Mm-hmm.
when probably in the 1940s, maybe, or 50s, or was it even
Mm-hmm.
later, or was it earlier than that? It might have been the 20s. It could have been the
Mm-hmm.
20s. Might have been the
Mm-hmm.
20s. Okay. Now, here in America, so we all know how things were, even though we were not present, but we know how
Right.
things
Right.
were back then. Yet, the picture that I saw and the images that I have seen in the past, these teenagers were dressed.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
men, it was young men and young women. Men were wearing suits, women were wearing dresses. They probably
Right.
were in their 20s, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they had style and they were
Right.
sophisticated. As you made the comment about Felicia Rashad, Diane Carroll, Angela Bassett. I mean, we could keep going on and on, right?
Mm-hmm.
100 years later, let's just say it was
Mm-hmm.
1920s. 100 years later, 100 years
Mm-hmm.
later, those
Mm-hmm.
same teens, the young men, pants sagging off the butt, and not only are their pants sagging off the butt, their underwear is
That's right.
sagging off their butt. Like, what are we doing? And then
Right.
the women, as this whole conversation started, are
Mm-hmm.
dressing so provocative, and yet
Mm-hmm.
we think it's cool. So it is amazing to think of the
Mm-hmm.
transformation
Yeah.
over 100 years, really over a
Right.
hundred years, where where a group went from really considered to not have anything and being
Mm-hmm.
second class, and yet they were dignified,
Mm-hmm.
to now you consider yourselves a, an equal,
Mm-hmm.
and yet you are not acting like that.
And see, this is the thing too that a lot of you have to understand out there who are watching and listening. There's a time and a place for everything under the sun,
Mm-hmm.
including what you wear.
Yep.
And I don't care who don't like it, but I'm gonna say what your mama, your aunties, and your friends won't tell you. The things you wearing out in these streets should not be things that you wear into a corporate business, because that's another thing I always used to see when I was in the workplace.
Mm.
It's like I've seen where people have gotten sent home based off of things that they've worn to work.
Mm.
Inappropriate. My thing is this: one thing for sure is when I did work in an actual physical location, one thing you could tell me is that I wasn't coming in there stunting.
Mm. Mm.
I
I
used
can
to
only
love
imagine.
I used to love coming in. I used to hit that corner. They used to be up, here she come. That's right, because I'm coming up in here. They like, Tab, you always look nice. You got that right. I hit that corner. They be like, man, girl, where you get that from? And see, I'm a thrifter. I
Okay.
love to thrift because why? I like vintage finds. I like things
Mm-hmm.
that I know will last from year to year to year. And that's
Mm-hmm.
just me. I love vintage style like type of clothing.
Okay.
As soon as I would hit, as soon as I hit that corner, they'd be like, wow. I'm like, yeah. And that's just in modest clothing. So, like I said, you can look presentable in every way. But honestly, I think as a society, especially us in Black culture, one of the things I definitely want to see is us do better and how we present ourselves.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
nothing we can't do because we are a fantastic race of people who are so smart, and there's nothing we can't change or elevate or do. Look at the many things that we have invented and bring into fruition.
Right.
As a group of people, we
Mm-hmm.
definitely must do better in that way. We have to have more self-respect in how we come and present ourselves out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coming out with your drawers showing, your pants hanging, that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. That's wild to me. And I'm grateful that, being that I raised a son, my only son, my son knew.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you ever go out my house like that, period. He might have tried it once, but I corrected that real quick. Don't ever do that. And he knew. He knew
Well,
better.
I'm very fortunate that my two sons have
Mm-hmm.
not fallen victim to that. They
Mm-hmm.
and that is a credit to myself and my ex-wife, their mother, for raising them, just like for you as well.
Right.
That's so that begs the question. That begs the
Mm-hmm.
question. We know what we did to
Mm-hmm.
raise our children so that they would respect themselves. And to me, how you dress is a respect factor
Absolutely.
or a
I
reflection of yourself.
mm-hmm.
So the question that then becomes to my mind is it okay? Well, one, is it parenting,
Yeah, true.
and then
Environment.
environment, and then is it that you don't love or
Yeah,
respect
respect
yourself?
yourself. Yeah, because I think a lot to me, and this is just my opinion. I feel that a lot of times, especially with some women, when they do go outside the home, looking, especially when they're really in that mode of being very, very overly revealing, I
Mm-hmm.
believe there's definitely a self-esteem issue there. Because to me, you don't need to do all that for attention.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of the most beautiful, and this is the crazy thing. I've seen some of the most beautiful women dressed like that and don't get none their attention. And that's the
Right.
thing. And that tells me it's something with you internally why I don't know why people don't want to fool with you. Because one thing we know is energy never lies. People know energy. And if
Mm-hmm.
you could be the baddest looking chick, the baddest looking guy in the world, the nicest looking guy in the world, and if your energy ain't right, oh yeah, people won't fool with you.
And so, okay, and then along with that, so me, I would not approach a woman that is dressed provocatively simply because,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
So
so
you mean if my boobs was out, you wouldn't say that? Stop. I'm joking. He said, "Tab, cut
yeah,
it. You ain't doing none of that."
right, you're not doing that so there's two things.
Uh-huh.
First, the way that I am, the way that I
Uh-huh.
am,
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk, and so
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what is on your mind.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you dress provocatively, I, I'm going to struggle to be
Mm-hmm.
able to talk to you. One, because even though you're going to be the center of attention, because every guy's going to be trying to trying to get
Mm-hmm.
with you. Okay,
Right.
and then it becomes, are you getting that attention? You're getting that attention because of how you dress, because of how you look, because of what you're
Mm-hmm.
showing.
Mm-hmm.
So that then feeds into a different energy
Right. Yeah.
because it's not set up to be a situation
Mm-hmm.
where this is a mental
Mm-hmm.
game. This is now more of a physical game. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the word game loosely, but that's essentially how I would think how it goes. And so I know for me, I would be hard pressed. I mean, I would probably look, but
Mm-hmm.
there's no stepping to you because also your thought process. To me, your mental state and how you think, I can view that based upon how you dress. And some women might want to argue, well, no, I could be this to be that. Well, if you were this and that, if you were opposite of what I think of you based upon how you dress and why you're dressing that way.
Mm-hmm. And this is another thing a lot of people, especially I try to help people to understand as well, especially with we as women need to understand that men first see you. But in order for you to keep him around, he has to be able to dig deeper within you. So what do you have within you that will attract him past just the pretty face, scantily clad stuff?
Mm-hmm.
If he can't get past that, then hello. But I know plenty of women who, used to dress kind of provocative, and then, they have said, I realized over time I had to do some work, and if I really wanted a good relationship or something that was long term with the type of man that they wanted, they knew they had to change how they saw themselves. I said, yeah, because if you desire a certain type or caliber of a man, a lot of men are not going to put up with that. A lot of wholesome men who just truly, really want a long-term relationship and partnership.
Right. That's another good point. Yeah.
Got to change that up sometimes, And it's like I say, everything is about growth. The things you've done when you were younger, you grow over time. Will some people stay in those childish ways? Yeah, some people will stay like that forever, and that's their choice to do so. Mm-hmm. But always make sure that you're truly in alignment and really have high self-esteem, because please don't be out here being one of these that you dress in half naked and then you just frivolously letting yourself get taken by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that women who dress like that are like that. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying sometimes that perception, people think that about you a lot of times. A lot of people do think that. They think that sometimes women who dress kind of, loosely, as they say, they think that that's the type of woman that they are morally. It does. Because we know society, that's how society has kind of conditioned people to think, which is not necessarily true. But, just be aware of the many things that you can face or will face, especially in this society, who everything is about them recording you, taking pictures of you, and sharing stuff that you just don't want out there. You got to be careful out here in this society, because I can just imagine sometimes some of the things people go through with wearing certain things. I mean, who would think a lady in the gym wearing a long skirt is being questioned for wearing a long skirt and wanting to be modest? Right. That's another. And let me say this too, right? I think it's wild. And this is what irritates me a lot of times with society, is that as soon as people do something that y'all don't do or is different, just like you said, they're ostracized for it. Because she wants to be modest, she don't want to show her body, she want to show respect to her husband. Y'all think that's strange, but yet a lot of you out there are the same people who say, oh, I want a husband with 6 figures and this, that, and other. Many of you ain't going to get somebody with 6 figures if you out here acting a fool, because some of them want a certain caliber of a woman.
Right. Or now, and if he does have 6 figures, if he is making 6 figures, okay. Stereotype. All right. What I'm going to say as a man is that I do not understand why a woman would dress provocatively and then say, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, and then say that it is her right to dress however she wants to dress, yet she is confused at the guys or the men that will approach her, which they're approaching you because of how you're dressed.
I
They're
love
approaching
it.
you because of how you're dressed, and yet you're tripping that you're getting these type of men, and they usually are going to be uh, oh, what's the word I want to use? I don't want.
You know you're going to be looked at. You know that those men are going to try to approach you. You know this. This is not a secret, and we're not going to play dumb to it. As women, we know when we get dressed. We know a lot of times when we put on certain things that it's for. A lot of times when we dress, I don't care what women say. A lot of women say, "Oh, I dress for me." No, no, no. Let's be clear. A lot of y'all be out here trying to dress for these men. That does happen because why?
Mm-hmm.
You want certain things. Just like if you're going out, you may want a drink, a free drink at a bar. So you wear.
Okay.
People do it all the time.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
think that honestly, in this society, just own whatever it is you're doing, but be very careful and know that on both sides of the coins, yeah, you're gonna get good and negative feedback. It just is gonna be what it is.
It's all about your intent, and I just think that you you get what you represent from your with yourself. You get what you represent with yourself.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So if you want a certain type of individual, well, let's go back. Whatever individual that you have in your life is going to be based off of your energy and how you are and how you view yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of person that is going to be drawn to you.
Yep. You're attracting exactly what you are.
Exactly
Period.
what you are. So if you dress a certain way, then that is what you're going. Then you're going to attract that type
Mm-hmm.
of person or people that view that as
Mm-hmm.
attractive.
And you are exactly correct because even when I think about myself in my younger years to even now and the people that I attracted, especially during my healing phase,
Mm-hmm.
because of someone who, was working on some things, making sure that I heal myself. I knew I was attracted people who were similar to
Mm-hmm.
me as well in certain areas of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh no. Mm-mm. As you grow and you're like, oh no, I want nothing like that. Heck no. Once you
Mm-hmm.
get through those various phases, and you have truly grown past a lot of things, you just don't do certain things any longer, and it's okay to change.
Right.
Some of y'all struggle with changing. You struggle with people saying things to you, but I had to give it to the woman at the gym because she was steady posting their comments and doing response videos and showing her boxing. I said, go get it, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Get it. Beat up that ring. Beat up that boxing ring, honey. Because I'm like, she doing what a lot of y'all won't or can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Because she looked like she had to be like in her 40s.
Mm.
So I'm just like, this is so wild to me that people really looking at folks with modest dress as if there's something wrong with them.
Exactly. And and what you just said about the lady who started this whole conversation that we're
Mm-hmm.
having, she not only did not let it discourage her,
Right.
but she embraced it and heckled the hecklers. Let's think about that.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because my thing is this: when you know you're different and always been different, you better walk in whatever differentness that you have. That's why I say I always tell people, listen, I know I'm different from most people, and I don't care. People will be like, "Oh, Tab, you do your own thing." Yep, I sure do. I do. I don't care what anybody thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk according to my own drum, and I don't care who don't like it. It just is what it is. And when you're used to people coming sometimes at you in a different way, you take that energy and you keep moving forward because you got purpose and somewhere to go. You ain't got to worry
Mm-hmm.
about all them people down below you that's doing all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're
hmm
right.
She was getting it in that gym though with them boxing gloves, man. I was like, "Go ahead, girl." She was hitting that punching bag. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay." I said, "I'm here for you. Keep going, sister. Keep going."
Copy that. Copy that. And that's
Yep.
the whole. That is the whole point.
So like we was no, go ahead, finish, and
No,
then I'm
no,
gonna
no.
go after you. No, what
Okay,
I was
no.
gonna okay, what I was gonna say is this to everybody out here. Please know that these discussions we have, it's just our perspective on things. Like we said, to each his own to whatever it is that you want to wear. You stand in that if that's what you're going to do. But
Mm-hmm.
please know you gotta deal with everything that comes with it. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we are in a society of people who have been conditioned to have an opinion. And if you
Mm-hmm.
can't take the opinion of people, don't go out here and doing that. But you better walk in your differentness if that's what you're gonna do.
As one of my favorite actors said in a movie, when you pray for rain, you better be ready to deal with the mud.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So
So,
that was that for the topic about the gym attire. Now this is another thing I found quite interesting. So y'all know we all talked about karma and
mm-hmm.
good or bad and how the things you do can birth out things. Well, I was telling Rick that I saw on the internet this week about the girl Brene and the guy Tim,
Mm.
and how my daughter follows this story. She was telling me about this is the woman because I remember her who she was married to the other guy and messing with I think it's his cousin or close friend.
Okay.
And these two, her husband breaks up, so she starts messing with this guy who's married,
Mm-hmm.
and these two end up in court because the wife of this man, the ex-wife now she is, because these two are now married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't sue because we know in North Carolina they have that law about the what is that something affection. What is it
Yeah,
called?
alienation.
Alienation of affection.
Yep.
And that lady got to pay $1.5 million and then $250,000. I said, when I heard that, I was like, that is costly, a very, very costly debt to pay.
Right. To basically steal someone's man to break up a
Yeah, home.
marriage
hmm
and a family. Now,
And, and was stalking her according to the courts.
really, so I didn't read into
Stalking and
it
harassing.
that deep. But what I did read was okay. The her husband now was her manager.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
that's how it started. He was her manager, which I don't know. I don't know what a manager does because she's a TikTok star. I didn't even know who she was. Okay, so that's the first thing. I don't even know who she is. Um, but he was her manager, and she was flaunting their relationship. Right now, the ex-wife, obviously won. But what I found to be interesting was that the TikToker, her argument was that the wife had given her,
Permission or something.
like permission to go ahead to do that. Like, really?
Who gives their spouse who gives them permission to do that? Come on now. My thing is this. You know what? A lot of people out here, especially in this good old South, and these laws that still exist.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell y'all one thing. This is the perfect example of stuff people are going to be trying. So I would suggest that if some of y'all are down in these good old South and y'all pulling off a lot of this stuff, trust and believe. This is like a perfect example for people to say, oh, they're messing with my husband, so you know what? Now I'm going to take him to court. I can guarantee you they're probably going to get more lawsuits because of this right here. You know, people love to jump on bandwagons.
That is true. And that amount, that 1.75 million, that's a large amount.
Yep. And that's not something that she can try to get rid of because you can't file like Chapter 11 type of bankruptcy. They won't let you dissolve that. She's stuck with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, what did you gain out of it? You know, it made me think of a movie, and it was Demi Moore, I think Robert Redford, and was it Woody Harrelson? Was it Woody Harrelson? But it was a movie. It had to be back in the early 2000s, where Robert Redford was a millionaire, and he offered.
Oh yeah.
Them
$1 million was it?
Yeah, like $1 million to spend one night
with her.
Right. That's crazy. So, because I'm thinking of that because the TikTok star is saying, well, the ex-wife signed off on me having this relationship with her husband. I don't think she did, but that brings into how we actually are looking at relationships.
Mm-hmm. It's wild because I do remember her being on TikTok and seeing like little snippets of videos where she would say stuff about that lady. I'm like, yo, that's wild. I'm like, what is? I'm like, I just, you know what? I just don't understand the concept of the whole thing of people wanting to mess with somebody else's spouse. That is so wild to me. It's like you want somebody who you know is not available, but you're willing to. That is just so crazy to me, but it does happen.
It does happen now. I've seen some snippets, and this is getting away from the TikToker situation, but I've seen some snippets where women, there are some women that don't really want a relationship.
Yep.
And so that's why people. So they go with a married man because they know that he is already committed.
Yep.
And they can just have fun with him and go about their own business and not have what they would consider the burden of a relationship.
That's stupid because to me that is so wild to me to be in that stance when all you need to do is just date someone or find one person who's not committed to someone else and still do what you want. Why don't you just have a jump off that you just said? I just never understood that concept because I'm like, that's stupid to me, but I get it. That gives them leverage because really that's what it is. It's leverage. Oh yeah, it's leverage because if he ever act up, I'll tell your wife. It's leverage all day. Who wouldn't? Some, especially if they know this is someone whose wife, of course, doesn't know, and they're getting all kind of material things out of them and things of that nature. I'm like, that got to be leverage. What I think, but I just find it stupid. My thing is, you can find anybody to kind of really honestly want to take with you and don't take care of you, do want to do nice things for you, and you're just not attached to them like that. There's people willing to always spend money on you. You just got to find the right person who's willing to do that, and they can go home and be about their business, and you go about yours.
Right. So, okay. Now, here's something else. So let me throw this out there. I'm gonna make a statement, and you tell me if it's true or false. A woman can have sex with any man that she wants to have sex with, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But does that mean that she will find the man that is right for her?
No. I don't. I think that. Well, I do think that women definitely is the person who dictate a sexual encounter. Absolutely, we do.
Yeah.
We are the ones who dictate that. Whether we gonna let you, because really it's about allowing you to enter. We are the receiver. We are here to receive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yes, we dictate sex. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sex does not mean you will find the right man. And I think a lot of times that's why I always stress with women when it comes to dating and relationships. Don't be so quick to give up your cookie, to give up your yoni, because that's a sacred space, and everybody don't deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does not deserve that at all.
Right.
So don't be quick about that. And that does not mean that just because you give him a piece of that oh, he gonna stay. No, it don't mean that. That's just me. Some men are just like, hey, I got it and I'm done and I'm good. They fulfill a need.
Right. So so that's what the woman was saying, and she was an attractive woman, but I was understanding her point. Yes, and what you said is absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. Women can have sex with whatever man they want to. The issue that they may find themselves in is, are they going to find a man that will be with them, not for the sex, but because of them? Because again,
you have to dig deeper.
Women,
in order to keep them, to want them to stay.
Yeah. So then,
and women know when a man want to have sex. Oh, she knows. I know from the gate, just by how a man talks to me, what he looking for, and that's why. Oh, I say, Mama. Oh, okay, I know what you want, and so yeah, I'll sit there. I'll make conversate with you, and I'm gonna say to myself, like, you ain't never in life ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. Okay.
They know. We always know. You know it from the gate. I could tell with men, period. But like I say, as women and men, we all should be holding ourselves a high regard. Just like with a woman, like I tell women, stop giving away your yoni so quick, men. Stop giving away your peen. Stop doing that. Have some respect for yourself, because one of the things I definitely want to see with black men is stop being out here making babies, constantly hitting off different chicks. Hold your orgasm. Utilize that energy for something else. Put it towards getting in some books. Put it towards building a career. Do something else besides just constantly conquering a woman. There's more to life than that. You can find. You deserve to have a good woman in your life too. But going out here and just constantly just sleeping with the next one, you're building bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies. You are doing nothing but collecting nothing but other people's energy and their soul ties. And you deserve better than that as a man. And our black men, definitely, a lot of them have to do better in that area. Have to.
That is true. That is true. That is true. I would say that everything you said, I would say that to the woman, because for every man that she has sex with, he leaves an imprint in her forever. Forever. And so, because as you said, women are the receivers. So you're taking in everything. And I saw something. I don't know how accurate this is. Although I do know that a high body count for a woman is like just because of just because of all the different experiences, all the different men that she's dealt with, and a piece of them is a part of her. Now, I don't know what that looks like because I have been fortunate enough that I have not had that experience. Mm-hmm. Just on the reverse side of me being a man, I didn't have a high body count before I got married, which is really interesting because I had a friend who it was funny. He said that he was not going to get married until he had slept with 100 women. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And not only did he have the goal of sleeping with 100 women, but he had pictures. So he had a picture of each woman that he had slept with, like sort of his hall of honor, or his wall of honor. And I thought that was wild. Now, we're in our 20s, then, 55, so we're talking about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But even then, I was that was never my style. That was never my style. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to see how that has not changed, but only maybe worsened because of the child, because of the birth rate. Does that make sense? Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think that with the body count thing, this is the thing. Body count, I don't even think about that. You know why? Because I believe, this is what I think about that. Okay. There are some people who have engaged in behaviors of looking for love through sex and things of that nature because of trauma. So that's why I don't care. I don't think about that because everybody has different experiences. So I would never be like, oh, hey, you got a high body. My thing is this. I look at it as this. I know you've been through a lot of experiences. You have done some things in your life that maybe, you look back and say, wow, I wish I would have did different. Mm-hmm. But we know that was because of X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. But where are you today? Remember, whatever you did in your past, you're not that any longer.
Oh, you shouldn't be.
Right, you shouldn't be. And hopefully you are in a different space in life to where you can say, wow, you know what? I know I experienced those things back then, but where I'm at today, I'm grateful to be the woman or man I am today, knowing better because I love myself better and I value myself so that I won't make those same choices. And not just that, you might even be someone who now is even in the most healthiest marriage, where you may have someone that has very little body count that's still in trauma and doing all kinds. So it just depends on our experiences. But like I tell people all the time, don't let the things that were from your past that you've grown through bring you back to that stuff. You've moved past those things, and you don't have to have anybody shame you for that. There's nothing to be ashamed of that. You experienced that, and you're moving forward in life. And I pray that as you continue to grow and evolve, that life just continues to get sweeter and sweeter. That's what I really hope for people who have gone through some things and have, come out on the other side and have a better life. Because everybody goes through various things,
And that is a great point that you make. One, that it is trauma that could be the underlining reason why people do what they do when it comes to sexual relationships.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so that is a great call out about trauma, because we don't address trauma. And as you said, from a you gave it from a female standpoint, but you also mentioned about men. And from a male standpoint, it is the same. If you're sleeping with a lot of women, do you really respect and value yourself as a man? Because society is crazy. Society says that men, or we're going to say young men or just males should have sex, right? Okay, that's what society says. Men should have sex, okay, and they are going to have sex with women, right? But yet we tell the women to not have sex until you get to until marriage. Okay, so we're telling one group that you need to have sex right now, all the time, before you get married. Hey, sow your wild oats. So that's what we're telling the young men.
Which is
but we're telling the women not to have sex until you get married. So right out the gate, we have a conflict.
Yep.
We got conflict.
Yep.
Because you're telling two people two different things that affects both of them. And it makes no sense. Go ahead.
Right. And that's crazy to me because, like I said, at the end of the day, men and women are not much different when it comes to sex. We both have a need, period. Just like I say to women, at the end of the day, when it comes to pleasure, oh, yes, you should enjoy it. Absolutely. And you should ensure that your needs are being fulfilled when it comes to the bedroom. I don't believe in a man. I don't believe in people in relationships, especially being what I would call sexually selfish. Ain't no way. Her pleasure matters just like a man's. She needs to have an orgasm just like a man.
So you're saying that it's typically one-sided?
I think that, the way society has always looked at it as, okay, yeah, guys can go out here, do what they want to do, have sex with all these different women. Women ain't, women, oh, you're supposed to only have one mate for the rest. No, it don't work like that. That's a bunch of malarkey and a bunch of bullshit. That's what I always say. Where both women have a sexual need just like a man. We do. And we need to feel the same way, just like the same thing a man wants when y'all are together. A woman needs to feel that same way too. She needs to be nurtured. She needs to feel as if her desires of what she wants in the bedroom happens. Anybody who's sexually selfish, whether it's a man or a woman, that's crazy to me. But you do have it. But yeah, we all have needs that need to be met. And like I tell women, listen, as you're single out here and you're not intermingling with a man, I always tell you the safest thing you can do is either abstinence, staying to yourself, or I do believe in, hey, get yourself a bedroom toy. Please yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that neither. And that's another thing. People be like, oh, masturbation or self-pleasure is wrong. No, it's not. It keeps you from being aligned with somebody you ain't got no business with. No. A lot of women are just not quick to intermingle, I notice now, with a lot of men or with other partners because there's just too much going on out here. So I get it. Yeah, take care of yourself because you know your body more than anybody else would know. So there's nothing, I don't find nothing wrong with that. Hey, take care of yourself. You know how to do it.
Okay.
Or use the energy in another way. Transmute it. Put it to work. Get in the gym. Right. Get creative. Build a bit. Do something. Because that drive can be very strong. Like for me as a woman, and now I'm in my 50s, listen, my drive is high. It's extremely high because I'm post-menopause. But see,
Okay.
I know how to keep it dormant, and I just utilize it for other energy.
That's
Listen,
very good.
transmute it. That's it. You just transmute it because we women, we get a whole reboot once we hit menopause. It's like we're teenagers again.
Is that right?
Oh, absolutely, it's right.
Okay.
He's like, oh boy. But yeah, it's true. We do. We when we hit menopause, a lot of our behavior is like, woo. Why do you think you see so many older women now with younger men? Because why? They're like, the men in my race can't keep up. And what do? They start dating younger men because they looking for the action.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. I'm like, go
Interesting.
ahead, sister. Go ahead with the little young whippersnappers. They do. They be after
Interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this was a good episode today. I'm gonna say this much to everyone out there. Uh, please don't let a mistake cost you 1.5 million and $250,000. Be very
Mm-hmm.
wise about your decisions because I believe what we're going to see in the age of Aquarius now is we're going to see a lot of people dealing with a lot of different lawsuits behind things you're saying on the internet because that's another thing I'm seeing. People are starting
Mm.
to throw defamation suits on people too. That's
Mm.
another thing. So y'all better be careful with trying to be on these good old internet streets pushing stories, saying all kind of false things because I'm telling you, there's someone out there that's willing to take you and drag you to court for things
Yep.
you're saying and doing. So y'all better be careful. I wouldn't be playing out here.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Because that's a great point. And all we're doing is we just reporting what we read. So
Mm-hmm.
we're not speculating
Nope.
on anything. But you're correct. I thought this today's episode was absolutely great because we did touch on the heart of relationships right now. Right now, and what I'm talking about right now, which is how many women view each other and how they view each other and themselves. It's the first thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then what is important to you when it's about relationships. What is more important to you? That's also something else I feel like we touched on. Is it sex, or is it really finding someone to be intimate with? Because you can have sex with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from a woman's standpoint, and a man as well, you can have sex with anyone, but intimacy, well, that's something
Different.
totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different. And what is it that you actually want?
And don't forget to
So,
carry yourselves with dignity too.
mm-hmm. So, Ms. Tabitha, do you have any parting words for the
Mm-hmm.
viewers?
Yep. As you all go about your day in your life, just always keep in mind what, as you, and this is about you, this ain't about anybody else, as you move throughout this life, what do you want to portray? How do you want yourself to be viewed as you look at yourself?
Mm,
Think about how you would like to, how you want to be seen
mm.
and really ponder upon that because as you grow and evolve, please don't ever do anything that will make you have a regret. Never betray yourself. Never.
And with those words from the wise queen, that ends another episode of Alchemy of Us. Thank you for joining. On behalf of the beautiful Tabitha Harris, I'm Alfred Baum. And until next week, Hey, strive to be the best that you can be. And as she said, think about how you want yourself to be viewed, because that's how you will portray yourself. Until next week. Bye bye bye.
Bye, y'all.